Hey everyone, Yukon Alley here. This week's episode, I'm going to talk to you or show you what it's like for us at the end of the season. Everybody's tired, miserable, exhausted, sore, and also an update on the gold nugget giveaway at the end. So, the first clue that it was time to start packing up was the first week of October here. This is me heading into town to get supplies, food, and parts and the last beer for the season, and that was the road I encountered, my famous Henderson Dome that I hate in October. And so I knew, because in camp there was hardly any snow, but you get up to there on your way into town and there's snow everywhere and it's starting to drift, and it's like, okay, we don't have much time left. So here's Alan, that's our the last of our pay dirt there, and he's ripping it up and gonna spread it because it was freezing during the night. So you get up in the morning and you go to work and everything's frozen. So here he is, he's been ripping the pay dirt and spreading it out, and he's pushing it up to me here so I can load the truck, because where we were doing our last pay dirt, it was about, I don't know, a kilometer away from the trommel, so we had to haul it over there. So Alan's pushing the dirt up to me, and I'm loading Thomas. He's in the dump truck, waiting to go beetling off down to the trommel so Dave can keep sluicing before everything freezes up. So yeah, it's as you can see, it's fairly snowy. Sorry for the poor quality on the video. I'm trying to load the truck and take a video at the same time. Doesn't work all that well. So there's Thomas getting loaded, and yeah, heading off down to Dave for Pay Dirt Central, and there is where the trommel's located on the final day. Dave's sluicing away. When you have this in the end of the season, you start up in the morning and it takes like 2 hours to get everything going because everything's frozen. You got to thaw the sluice runs or wait till it gets above zero, one or the other. But either way, everything takes twice as long and breaks twice as fast. So there again is just another picture of the final day, and it was snowing here, so you know there's a heck of a lot more snow up top. There's us doing the final cleanup. Alan's sitting under there under the sluice runs with a tiger torch thawing out the boil box, because the minute we shut down, everything was freezing. It was like -9, I think -10 by that time. So here we are. You can't do the cleanup at the plant obviously in that weather. So all we did was try to get the mats off of the sluice runs before they froze to the sluice runs, and threw them in buckets, and we're running around like crazy here trying to get it all done before it froze to the plant. And as you can see, everything's just frozen. We're sitting there in the floodlights trying to clean up. Otherwise, it would probably sit there till spring at that time of the year. And obviously, we couldn't get our bike over there or a truck because frozen mud, hills, everything. So we walked threw the concentrate into the whole bucket and walked it over so we could transport it back to camp. And there we are, doing the final cleanup that night. Obviously couldn't do it outside, so moved everything into my precious beer tent. The jig put up a system of just washing mats. There's Dave rinsing out buckets and getting more water. And there's Alina jigging the gold as Thomas puts dirt through. And there's Thomas rinsing the mats in our nice little tub. It's probably about -12 there, maybe -14. Got our patio lights and good old tiger torch for heat. I don't know what the hell we'd do without that tiger torch at the end of the season, I tell you. It's like your best friend. Thaws everything for you. So there we are, happy because it is the final cleanup, and everybody's getting excited because we're going to be able to go home. And there's the rest of the crew panning, and obviously in desperation beer mode. Bud Light, like, how can they even call that a beer? It's basically carbonated water, but whatever. And that was the final cleanup. So it was nice to end off with some gold in the pan. That was pretty nice. And then here we are the next day, just packing everything up, pulling the tent down, locking everything up, putting everything away, so we can get out of Dodge and try and get back into town. And we didn't leave until about, I think it was 9 o'clock at night. By the time we got out of there, it was minus 18, and obviously no cell service. I do have an inReach, thank God, in case there was something wrong. So if the trucks broke down, then you're stuck out in the middle of nowhere. But luckily that didn't happen for us. But there's my famous Henderson Dome photos again, winter wonderland, but not in a fun way, if you ask me. But there it is, the final cleanup, and that is just a random photo of us on our way home, somewhere in between Yukon and BC border, I believe. Okay, now for the fun part, the Gold Nugget giveaway update. I realized last week when I was reviewing the video that I had put on that I didn't give a deadline or a draw date of when I was going to pick the winner for the nugget. So here's the deal. For sure, by next Friday, I will do the draw. Friday around 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, or when I hit the 500 subscriber mark. So either way, when I hit 500 subscribers, and we are heading that way fairly soon anyways. So as soon as that happens, I will make the draw immediately, or for sure by next Friday. So once again, commenting on the Gold Nugget giveaway video enters you to win either the pendant or the nugget. All right, so good luck, have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.